So what's up, guys? So I got a little surprise. I'm gonna walk around over here. I got the S13 outside. S14's at home. Nothing up with that. It's just at home because I took it home. I still drive it, but we got another one. We got another 240 S13. That one right there. And this one's actually gonna be for my son. That one was for my son, but this one's for my son now. And this one has a couple goodies on it. And this one is a 93 S13, obviously, but it has a pig nose. And I'll get a little more into why that's like that, which is kind of funny because the Camel one is a 89 and it has a 93 front end. So I actually took that off of a 93. So maybe, not sure yet, but maybe those front ends might be going back to their prospective cars. So not sure yet. We're still, I literally just bought this 2 days ago. Like, bought it, and I'm gonna tell you all everything about the whole situation because honestly, I way overpaid. I was basically bidding on myself, and I bought it from a local guy, and I just wanted to get it over and done with, and because I wanted the car. Like, it seemed like a pretty decent running S13, and it is. I've driven it around the last 2 days. Besides it being ridiculously low, and I'm actually going to remedy that today because it's way too low. The exhaust is like, I don't know if you can see that, it is literally like 1.5 inches off the ground. Way too low. But it does have some cool features to it. Type X tails, whatever name exhaust, some reps of roto reps, and apparently it has a glory hole. Let's see. This thing actually has full interior. I mean, granted, it's not great. S14 seats, which means there's no bottom part to the seat belt. But you know, typical crack dash. Came with some booby-sized air filters, and you know, the typical S13. Not too bad. Oh, and it has a lip, but had to take it off because it was way too scratchy on the ground. So it's actually interior-wise not bad. I mean, I'd give it a 4 out of 10. Meaning all right, you know, like that's what you expect for an S13. Actually, you'd expect a gutted car, and thankfully this car's not gutted because I'm getting too old for that bullshit. And it does have a energy wheel. I don't even know if it really is an energy wheel, if that's even a thing, but it does have the quick release, and that's pretty cool. Tilt column, manual windows, one power window that does not have power, manual window over there. Let's have a look on the inside of the engine bay. This is where it gets sketchy. It's where it gets very sketchy, but it runs good, so I was okay with the sketchiness. Here is the engine bay. Now, you might look at this and be like, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, motor looks okay. Doesn't look too filthy. This was very filthy. When I got it, you couldn't see very much white in here. This thing has a power steering leak, high pressure lines leaking. I don't know if anything else is leaking. Don't know if any oil is leaking. The block actually looks pretty dry, so it may not have any oil leaks. Oh, and it has a header, which that's decent. Coilovers look like Megan Racing. We'll get into this here in a second. Battery, it's obviously been smashed around a little bit, which is why it's got the 89 front end, but otherwise runs very good. Engine idle's great. There's no RPM jumping. There's no nothing. It actually runs and drives. Well, drives on. We'll talk about drives. Runs very well. The engine sounds great. It picks up great. Transmission shifts great. Pulls pretty hard. The header does make a difference compared, and I think the transmission, if this is an S13 tranny, I think it's got a little better gearing than the S14, but don't quote me on that. I've only heard that, so if anything, I'm perpetuating false things because I didn't look it up, and I'm just going by what somebody said. But yeah, so this thing, honestly, to me, this thing pulls harder than the S14. So, oh, and the owner claims it had an LSD. He's a little hesitant on what brand, but it does have an LSD of some type, whether it's a VLSD or an aftermarket LSD. It's definitely not welded because it doesn't scrub like a welded diff does. So definitely has some kind of LSD action back there because this thing does kick loose really easy, really nice. Let's see, sketchy stuff. I hate that pod filter setup. Electric tape doing what it's got to do. This is basically all just resting on the high pressure power steering line. Could be an indicator why it started leaking. So I hate that. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I hate cold air intakes also. I'd rather have the stock stuff, but as you can see, I don't know where the stock stuff would even mount to, because at some point it looks like somebody decided to make their own cold air intake route. Probably had a pod filter down there. I don't know, but yeah, that is disgusting. That's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen to that. I have a feeling something's gonna happen from here forward. We'll see. I don't have a job right now, so we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I don't have a job anymore. Surprise! But yeah, other than that, I hit this thing with some degreaser, power washed it. Not terrible. I mean, the frame rails look decent from here. I haven't got under the thing yet. Everything works. Okay, the sketchy wiring over here. Oh, these don't work because the rods are broken on there. And this sketchy ass wiring is the fans. And the owner tells me he bought the car this way. That I think all he did was put wheels on it. He may have done some suspension stuff. I don't know. But yeah, he says that the way the engine and everything is, that's the way he got it. So if you know the guy, don't give him a shit. Don't give him a hard time, because he was an alright guy. But that is sketchy. This is basically the fan wiring, and yeah, it just runs into a little nest here, and then powers over there, and then it runs to a button right there. That's pretty bad. That's gonna go away, like not today, but very soon. That's gonna go away. I did get a little bit of return on my investment. I just got to decide if I actually want to fish all that out or just suck it out with a vacuum cleaner. And let's see, what else will we talk about? Yeah, so basically today I'm gonna change the oil. My son's here, but he injured his leg in a mountain biking accident, so he's not going to be too much help, but he came anyway because, you know, it's his car. He's excited. Yeah, so it's going to get oil change. We're going to raise it up, get it off the ground because it looks ridiculous and it rides ridiculous. Everything rubs. Well, with me in it, everything rubs. I mean, that guy was a lot smaller than me, so he probably was able to make it work. But yeah, guys, this is a new addition to the family. And S13 is not going anywhere. I do have an idea of what I want to do with that. I'll share that with you guys soon. But I need some other things to come into play first, because if what I have planned goes through, then something really awesome is going to happen to that. So, how's it going? So yeah, it's raining. Let me get this inside so we can get it up on the ground, off the ground, and start wrenching on it. See ya.